Whew, my goodness gracious alive. Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Man, it is like 9 o'clock on a Tuesday. Whew, I finally had time to take a shower, relax a little bit, have a beer. You know, I've been on a kick lately about needing a new blade, grinder, sharpener. But I got to thinking, out in the old shed, which I like to call the shit shed, I thought about resurrecting an old friend. Yeah, there's nothing like bringing back the dead. Look at what we got right here, boys. It's the old RBG1300. Man, I haven't used this thing in 25 years. And I used the old thing of acetone to keep the old sparks out of the engine, man. God, this thing is old. But, before I go and spend $600 or so for a RBG712, I think I may resurrect this thing, man. What do you guys think? I mean, hell, I guess it still works. This thing is, oh man, look at the wiring in this thing, man. God, look at that. Look at it. Nasty. I wouldn't even dare plug it in right now, but I bet the motor is still pretty good. Hell, I replaced the motor on it about 20 years ago. And this wheel, this stone is just so wore out, man. Look at it. It's adjusted all the way down. So let me, real quick, I'm going to pull this wheel off this thing. I'm going to do this one-handed. Look at that. The wheel is too thick for this shaft because the lock nut don't even go on all the way. Look how thin the lock nut is. Yeah, good. Let me grab a little pry bar and let me chisel this thing out, man. It's not the right wheel. The wheel is way too thick. The arbor size on the wheel. Let me set this camera down here and get you a better view of that. It's not the right wheel. The wheel is too thick. God, it's probably, let me see here. Man, that thing's got to be 1.25 inches thick. Let me see here. That's a 1 inch thick wheel, which I don't need a wheel that damn thick on this thing because the shaft ain't long enough to support it. Or maybe it is. Hell, I don't know. I mean, there ain't no telling how old this thing is. But I know how long I've had it. Oh God, now I gotta, it's adjusted so far down. I mean, there's nothing left of it, man. Look at it. That is, that's a 1 inch arbor. 1 inch arbor. And the shaft, you can see how over the years, that we put these little shims in here. Oh God, look at that. There's 2 or 3 pieces of plastic. Oh Lord. I've just been adding shims to make this wheel fit. Yeah, I ain't even gonna try to pry that off. And this is actually, get a good measurement on it. I'm gonna go to Lowe's tomorrow and see if I can't find, I would imagine that's a 5/8 shaft. It is a 5/8 shaft. So I need to find a wheel. Probably, I would say probably a good, probably a good 6 inch or maybe even more. Because man, let me raise this thing up a little bit. You can see how it's got the, this thing here doesn't even work anymore. It just swivels. So, let's set this back down. Ooh, ancient tools, man. Nothing better than ancient tools, man. Well, I bet you that There we go. Get up in there. Raise that thing all the way almost to the top. And put up the... Yeah, that's 4 inches from the shaft to the bottom. I would imagine a 6-inch wheel. I can't tell. I guess the termites done got that label. But I need a 6-inch wheel. I would imagine probably 3/4 thick with a 5/8 arbor. Guys, I'm going to give you the update on the Resurrecting, the old RBG1300. I mean, the damn thing's older than I am. I think I got it for Christmas when I think Eisenhower was elected. I think that's when they started the interstate system, is when this one was available for sale. So we're going to pay ode to the old school, and we're going to get this thing going again. I'm going to rewire it, man, with another switch. I'm probably going to mount it somewhere permanent, and like my air compressor, I'm going to have it, you know, just on a switch like that, because that is dangerous right there. That will light your fire right there, boy. Well, y'all be good. I figured I'd do y'all a late night little tidbit. Well, yeah, I've had a few beers, but that don't matter. Y'all be real darn good, little fellas.